You are listening to The Roundtable, and this is Real Estate Simplified. We're here today with our co-host, Zachary Levesque with Maverick Funding.
Hello.
Zach, it's been an awesome show, man.
It's been fun. It really has.
Thank you. So right now we're going to cover 7 tips for a terrific buy, okay? So first and foremost, people, you want to find a realtor, okay? Because a real estate agent, when they're covering you, when you're buying a home, 9 out of 10 times are at no charge to you. See, the sellers, when they sell their property, they're paying for that commission. So you don't have to worry about the compensation. Keep in mind too, that when you have a buyer's agent, they're going to negotiate a sales price for you, okay, which is great. And how do we find a great buyer's agent? Well, I can help you out with that, of course, but if not, you can always look on Zillow or Trulia, and you can check out people's, what clients are saying about them, client testimonials. That's important. And you're going to see my team and I believe that towards the top of the list there, we've got a lot of recommendations, but I don't want this to be self-serving. Let's get back to it. Get pre-qualified for a mortgage, okay? Unless you're a cash buyer, you're going to want to call somebody like Maverick Funding, and you're going to want to find out what exactly you can be pre-approved for. And that's so important because there's been so many times where we've worked with buyers and, they went out and they looked at houses and then they realized that it just didn't cut their budget. And you really want to know what that monthly payment is going to be every month. And there's so much to it. And I'm sure Zach can agree with this, that there's so much to the mortgage payment, figuring out what that is. You just can't go on Google and type in mortgage calculator and pop that in and get the number, because it's always going to change.
Absolutely.
Things change, right? And furthermore, you cannot put an offer on a house if you're not pre-qualified. And there's a lot of really good agents out there that won't work with clients until they're pre-qualified. So some things to keep in mind there, okay? Also, you want to make sure that you're honest with yourself as far as your monthly payment and where you're going to be comfortable. So just because you're pre-qualified for, say, $1,500 a month, you might want to scale it back a little bit to $1,300, okay? All right, so the next thing, you're going to do your homework on a location, right? What are you looking for? What's important to you? Schools, shopping, highway access, relaxation, hiking, boating. I mean, you've got so much here in the little state of Rhode Island. You could live anywhere from, if you like the city life, Providence, or you could go all the way down to Westerly and live on the shore. I mean, you've got so many great options here. This is one of the best states, I believe. And you're also going to want to buy a home that you can sell in the future, right? Why is that important? Because the average American, we buy and sell homes every 5 to 7 years. 5 to 7 years on average. That's pretty crazy. So you're going to want to make sure that your home's going to be able to sell. And what do I mean by that? Well, a 1 or a 2 bedroom home is a lot harder to sell. And take it from me, folks. I'm out there in the trenches selling homes. They're a lot harder to sell than a 3 bedroom or 4 bedroom home. Okay, because people like the offices. They like to have a guest room for their guests that come over, for family that's out of town. So, just make sure that your realtor goes through all of that with you, okay? And you're going to want to make sure that you hire a home inspector, okay? A home inspector, when you find the home that you love, he's going to make sure that home is a safe investment for you. He can go further in to detail than your realtor can because he's going to be qualified for that, okay? So we've got an awesome home inspector, actually Mike Auger with Auger Enterprises. I use the guy all the time. He's phenomenal. His contact information will be on theroundtableradio.com. And he's great. He's very reasonable in price. My clients love him. He gives you this really great report that tells you every little last thing, about the house. It's not some handwritten document that you'll see other home inspectors do. And that's really important. You want to save this thing on your computer, and there's a lot of these things that you can fix over time. So it's a good document to have on you. Also, you don't want to wear your heart on your sleeve, okay? What do I mean by that? Don't share your motivation with sellers or with the seller's agents, because you want to, if you are in a hurry to move, right? If your kids have to be in school, say for September, and you're out looking in August, right? And you really got to close on this thing. You don't want them to know that, because then they may feel that they can get a higher price. It makes negotiations harder. And you're also going to want to understand the market in order to get the best price. So it's pretty much close to the seller's market right now, and you don't want to go in there and lowball lowball prices. Okay, so your agent or I can tell you more about that. And if you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to us. You're listening to the Roundtable. This is Real Estate Simplified. I'm your host, Emilio DiSpirito, and I'm here with my co-host, Zachary Levesque with Maverick Funding. Zachary, why don't you tell us a little bit about the next segment of the show? I've been looking forward to this.
All right, let's try to have a little fun to finish the show out. We're going to call this the TRT Lightning Round.
Wow.
All right, so the Lightning Round will be featured at the end of all of our shows on the Roundtable. Here's the plan. Every week, I will ask Emilio 3 mortgage-related questions, and Emilio will ask me 3 real estate-related questions. We'll be testing each other's knowledge in the related fields. The questions will start off easier and then get increasingly more difficult until the last question, which is wicked hard. This one's wicked hard. Little RI slang for the listeners.
That's great.
At the end of every month, we're going to tally the results, and the individual with the least amount of correct answers has to treat the other to dinner.
Zach's really confident about this. I can see it.
Nah, I think the segment's fun. We'll see what happens.
No, I mean, I think you think you're going to win this.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, so let's start with the first question. This one's going to be easy, Emilio. All right, first question. This one's easy. Should be. A home buyer is not allowed to add a co-borrower to the loan to strengthen the application unless they're going to also live in it with the other applicant. True or false?
Zach, I'm going to have to say false on that one.
Good job. Correct answer.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, many programs allow for non-occupant co-borrowers to strengthen the application, FHA being one of them. All right, so you're up.
That's great. So Zach, when you list a home for sale, what's the standard commission?
For a listing agent, correct?
Yes.
3%. Hey.
Sorry, man. There is no standard commission rate.
Wow.
It varies.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Sorry. Man, that was the easy one. You'll get the hard ones. I know
I'm
you.
sure.
You will.
All right. Second question. So it's 1-0. Second question. This one's a little harder. On a self-employed borrower applicant, income is always calculated by taking a 2-year average from the last 2 years' tax returns.
I'm going to say false. I believe it's 3 years.
That's wrong. Sorry, buddy. It depends on the situation, but if there's ever a declining income situation, this is good for self-employed borrowers. They never do a 2-year average. They go off the most recent if it's less than the preceding year.
Oh, man.
But
okay.
Good knowledge to know.
Great, thanks.
So it's, all right. So you got great. 1. I have 0. Let me try to get on the board.
All right, Zach. So this is a pretty hard question, right?
It's odd. All right.
What is tenancy in common? Tenancy in common.
Tenancy in common is, I would say, all the individuals on title are going to live together, but they're not married. Come on. Close enough.
I'll read the definition, and you can say that's pretty close, though. As opposed to joint tenancy, when there are 2 or more individuals on title to a piece of property, this type of ownership does not pass ownership to the others in the event of death. So you missed one part of it, but, what do you think, Mike? You think we should give it to him?
Yeah, 1-1. Thanks, Mike.
You got a fan in here.
All right,
Mike.
Perfect. All right, here's the last one. This is going to be wicked hard. Wicked hard. All right.
I like that.
Pretty corny. Okay, Emilio. This question revolves around debt-to-income ratio. This is a tough one.
Okay.
Which are a major determining factor in underwriting decisions for all mortgage lenders. This represents the borrower's total income in relation to their monthly debt. We spoke about it before on the show.
Yep.
Debt-to-income ratio always has a front-end ratio and a back-end ratio. Generally, on loans, we like to see a 31% front-end ratio and a 43% back. What is the difference between the front and back, and why do they differ?
So Zach just looked over at me and my mouth was like dropped to the floor. Oh man, so the front end ratio.
We got to put a time limit on this.
I
Just
hate
say you don't know, Emilio.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's mortgage questions. You don't have to know that. All right, so you're wrong. Answer is front end represents your gross monthly income as related to your mortgage payment. The back end ratio includes your monthly occurring obligations in addition. Credit card payment, car, front, back.
I would have never had that.
All right, that was a tough question. That's wicked hard.
I could sell a house quick, though. But... All right, so
it's 1-1.
So it's 1-1.
All right.
Nice. All right, this is.
I could be the winner.
This is maybe
Let's
not.
go.
So wicked hard question.
This one's wicked hard.
Explain eminent domain.
Eminent domain. Well, Okay. There was actually an eminent domain situation proposed by TF Green Airport, correct? With houses.
There was.
With houses surrounding the area when they wanted to build. An eminent domain in relation, to the housing industry, I guess would be another, could be town, another entity's right to take over possession of land or house if it gets in the way of certain, it could be government related or public related issues pertaining to towns, companies, things like that.
Wow, this kid's got it. He's got it.
Winner, chicken dinner. All right, so I'm going to have to think about where you're going to take me, but I'm definitely not a cheap date, Emilio. I promise you that.
Oh, man. All right, great, man. I can't wait
that was fun.
To really get you next week. You're done. You're totally
Save up that money, Emilio. You better be working hard.
All right, great, man. So I think we've had a really awesome show today. And, we've got so much more that we could cover in all of these topics.
Yep.
Really, we really do. And we've just got little time here. So seeing as we're almost out of time, I do want to leave you with this. I want you to check out 120 Kingwood Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. It's right off of Phoenix Ave. A hop, skip, and a jump away from 295, okay? This is a 4-bed, 2 full bath, 1,500 square foot home with a double lot. It's got new windows, hardwoods throughout, a new furnace with gas heat, updated 200 amp circuit breaker. You can put a jacuzzi to this thing, I believe, right?
Nice.
Yeah. And it's Western Cranston Schools. This home is a short sale, and if you're interested in learning more about short sales, let us know. But we're looking to unload it fast, okay? So it's listed at $119,900, and it does need some cosmetic repairs. But if you want to get into a showing, give us a shout, 401-359-2338, and you can check it out on the roundtableradio.com. If you want to advertise your home on air, give us a shout as well. Thank you so much for listening. Next week, we'll be back with some more great content and some great guests.
And again, let Emilio know if there's certain subjects you want us to cover in the future. And I have one more thing to say that's very important. Go Patriots.
Go Patriots, absolutely. So up next, it's Dining Out with Bruce Newberry. And you're listening to The Roundtable here on News Radio 920. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
You bet. Take care, guys.